What's up, everyone? DefyNewYork.com here with a brand new video. Today we're looking at the Nike Air More Uptempo Retro for 2016 in the Olympic colorway. Now, this was like one of those shoes that I knew I had to have for this year, and actually the whole Olympic pack, all the Olympic shoes, I was super amped over. I picked up the Prestos, I picked up the BW, the Ewings, and the Pegasus 92, and of course these. So I'm super excited to get them. I found them in Foot Action. They had 3 different pairs in my size, and so I went to go try them on, and then the disappointment set in. So first off, you've seen a million videos of these by now, but you probably haven't heard this unless you are on Nike Talk or in the forums and you saw this discussion that I brought up. So the issue I had with this shoe is that on the insole of the shoe, really it's the last of the shoe, it's actually curved upwards. And so what happens is your toes, the front of your toes is actually on an incline. And when you have your toes on an incline and the rest of your foot is on a decline, it's painful. So if you want to try this, just ball up some paper towel or napkins, stuff it on the front of your toe, and try to walk around, and you'll see how that feels. Now, I went through 3 different pairs of this shoe, and they all had the same issue. Now, this pair had a lesser degree of that, but and that's why I purchased them. But after walking around the house in them for maybe 10-15 minutes, it was just too painful, and these are actually going back because it's just ridiculous. A shoe should not, especially at this price point, should not feel like that. And it is actually a defect. So MJO23 Dan from Soul Collector, he made a post on Instagram about sneaker quality, and he wanted some experts to chime in. And really, I wanted to hear from designers. I didn't want to hear from guys who had never designed a shoe before, individuals that really wouldn't know the manufacturing process, be an expert in materials. I didn't want to hear, any bloggers that were not designers or haven't really designed shoes for a living for many years. So with that said, I went ahead and tagged our friend Steven Smith, the Reebok Pump Fury. He's designed all the New Balance shoes, Nike Air Max 2009, so on and so forth. And he said that when the uppers are pulled too tight on the toe laster, or the sole unit has been pulled and stretched to fit and then contracts, you can get that issue where the shoe curves upward or downward. And that's exactly what happened in this case. And for 3 separate pairs, all size 12, to have that issue, that tells me that there's something going on at the factory that was a little screwed up. And this isn't the first shoe that I've had major issues with, as far as the last of the shoe being all screwed up. The Trainer Max 91 was another prime example of a shoe that was total crap. When I say total crap, I had to go through God knows how many pairs just to get a pair that was tolerable to wear. And the only reason I went through that kind of, through all that, is because I love this shoe and I have a lot of memories to it. Otherwise, I would have just said, the hell with this. I'm not even going to deal with it. And it's unfortunate. I don't think I'm going to be able to find a 2016 that's going to fit me properly. I don't know if anybody else has had this issue. Maybe you haven't. Maybe there are pairs, and maybe this Foot Action just got unlucky. But 3 separate pairs to have that issue tells me is a problem. Then there was also the Trainer 2, the medicine balls. Those things had an issue with the tongue. The way they were stitching the 2 pieces of leather together was actually, some of them were jabbing me in my ankle. Then I had an issue with the leather around the ankle, where on one shoe it was like super high and then another one was low. I had so many issues with that shoe. Eastbay said, you know what? They went through all the pairs that I had sent back and saw that there was all these defects. So they just sent me out a pair, no charge. They said, listen, we're gonna send it to you. You make sure it's okay. We're not gonna keep charging you for defective shoes. And then it was good, and so on and so forth. So anyway, but yeah, it was unfortunate. I'm not gonna do an on feet because there's no point. You've already seen them anyway a million times. But I did want to touch on that subject for anybody that's gonna purchase this shoe in the future, 2016. Just know you may have that issue where the toe curves upward on the insole of the shoe. You won't be able to really see it. So you kind of got to either run your hand, have the seller run his hands. He may not tell you, I don't know. But I would just keep that in mind. As far as fit, otherwise, they run pretty big. So I would just stick with whatever you wear in an MX90 or MX95, go with the knees. And, you should be good. You have a little room, but it's not going to be anything major. So anyhow, want to hear you guys chime in. Any questions, concerns, comments, please feel free to drop a line. And as always, stay tuned for more videos.